Hello, in this video we are going to mention how to use Cassandra white column store for facial recognition tasks. But before that, please like the video and do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you for your all support in advance. We are going to start our Cassandra server first. To start our Cassandra server, you should visit your bin directory under the Cassandra home. Here we are going to call Cassandra command with -f argument. Cassandra server is up. Now we need also to run Cassandra query language shell.py file. Here I'm going to call Python Cassandra query language shell.py. But it will return error because it should be running Python 2. But my Python version is Python 3. Handling this easy because Python 2 comes with your Mac operating systems as default. It's located in user bin directory and here Python 2.7. Then I'm going to pass Cassandra query language shell.py. In relational databases, we create tables in schemas, but in Cassandra we are going to create tables in keyspaces. Well, let's see the existing keyspaces first. I'm going to call describe keyspaces command in the Cassandra query language shell. These are the existing system keyspaces. Now I'm going to create a new keyspace. Create keyspace and its name will be Deepface. Then I'm going to set some properties. These are with replication is equal to in the dictionary class is going to be simple strategy and replication factor is going to be 3. As seen, this keyspace is created. We can check it with describe keyspaces command. Deepface keyspace appears here. Now we can create new tables in the Deepface keyspace. We can run data definition language or shortly DDL statements in the Cassandra query language shell. For example, create table. It's going to be in the Deepface keyspace and the table name will be embeddings. Here we are going to define the fields of the table. For example, the first field is going to be name and its data type will be text. It also be primary key of the table. The second field is going to be, for example, image path and its type is going to be text as well. And finally, the embedding column is going to be a list of doubles. This table is created. Now we can run select queries here. For example, select all from deepface.embeddings. It returns nothing because we haven't fed anything yet. Now we can insert some records from our Python client to the Cassandra database. But before that, I'm going to need Deepface library. That's why I'm going to import Deepface. Import Deepface. Here the first letters of the deep and face will be uppercase. I also need from deepface.commons and import its functions module. And here I'm going to define the facial database. Facial database is going to be a dictionary and Angelina is going to be here. I'm going to get this first image for Angelina Jolie and this third image for Jennifer Aniston. Deepface /tests /dataset and here image1.jpg for Angelina and I'm going to get the third image for the Jennifer Aniston. We are going to use Google FaceNet face recognition model to represent facial images as vectors. That's why I'm going to build this FaceNet model once. Model is going to be Deepface dot build model, and here I'm going to pass the name of the model. It's going to be FaceNet in this experiment. Here I'm going to build a for loop and iterate over the items in the facial database for actually label in facial database dot case. Here let's print the label first. It's Angelina and Jennifer, and here get image path. Image path is equal to facial database. Here I'm going to pass the label, and let's print the image path as well. Image path is image1.jpg for Angelina and image3.jpg for Jennifer. Here I'm going to read the content of the image path. Actually, functions module of the Deepface provides a pre-process face function, and this function applies pre-processing steps of facial recognition pipeline, which are detection and alignment. Here I'm going to pass the image path, and also this pre-process face function expects target size argument optionally. Here I'm going to pass the target size argument as 160 times 160 because it's the expected size of FaceNet face recognition model. That's going to be my image. Then we are going to represent this facial image as vectors, and that's why I'm going to call model.predict function and pass input image here, and that's going to be my embedding. Let's see the embedding here. It's actually 128 dimensional array. We can check it with shape command. It returns 1 times 128 dimension array. Actually, I can get its 0 index value to discard this dummy dimension. Let's check it now. It returns 128 dimensional array. Now I'm going to store those embeddings for those labels in the Cassandra database. Now it's time to import Cassandra client. If you haven't installed your Cassandra client yet, you can actually run pip install Cassandra-driver, and if you install it, you can run from cassandra.cluster and import its cluster module. Let's connect to Cassandra database from our Python client. Here cluster is going to be cluster, and here I'm going to pass the host and port values. Actually, host is localhost and the port is 9042. Here host is localhost and the port is 9042, and here session is going to be cluster.connect, and here we are going to pass keyspace. Remember that it was Deepface, and the wait for all pools is going to be true. Here in this for loop we are going to run some insert statements. It's going to be session.execute and pass statement here, and let's prepare the statement a line before. It's going to be a regular insert statement in SQL. Insert into Deepface.embeddings. Here Deepface is the keyspace or the schema in the regular relational databases, and embeddings is my table. And here I'm going to set the fields. Remember fields: name, embedding, and image path. Name, image path, and finally embedding, and values are here. Name field is going to be the content of label. That's why I'm going to pass it as input argument. Here label is going to be the name, image path is going to be the image path, and it's going to be a string as well. And finally embedding is going to be string, and here I'm going to pass the embedding, but the embedding is a numpy array, that's why I'm going to convert it to list. Let's run this block. Embeddings and some metadata are stored in our Cassandra database. Let's check it. I'm going to run select all from deepface.embeddings, and it returns two rows. Let's look at the first row. The name is Angelina, and this is her embedding, and it's her input image, image1.jpg. And let's look at the second item. The name is Jennifer, and this is her embedding, and her input image is image3.jpg. Now we are going to read an external image and compare it to the items in our Cassandra database. Its path is source.jpg, and let's read it with the same procedures as applied before. Source path will be input argument of the preprocess face function, and this is going to be my source image. And finally I'm going to find the embedding of the source image. I'm going to pass source image as input, and that's going to be the source embedding. By the way, this is the source image. We actually don't know who is this. We are going to compare its identity with Angelina and Jennifer in the following step. Let's write a select query. Select all from deepface.embeddings, and in the where clause get name is equal to Angelina, for example. I'm going to execute this query, session dot execute, and pass the query as input, and this might return some rows. Actually, let's run it. Print rows here. That's Cassandra.cluster.result set. Here I'm going to build a for loop for row in rows, and print row here. String, it returns name. I can get the name of this row.name, row.image path, and let's print the embedding. Finally, actually I need to run the previous line, and as seen it returns Angelina. Its image name is image1.jpg, and that's her embedding. I can assign these values to some variables. For example, target name is equal to row.name, target dash path is going to be row.image path, and finally target embedding is going to be row.embedding. Let's run those lines. Now I'm going to compare target embedding and our source embedding. Now I'm going to import some additional module of Deepface. It's going to be distance module. For example, its alias is dist. Now I'm going to call distance modules, find Euclidean distance function, and pass source embedding as input, and as a second argument I'm going to pass target embedding, and this is going to return the distance between two vectors. It's 9 point almost 30. This is the distance value. Here I need to check it's less than or equal to the 10, because that's the threshold value for FaceNet face recognition model and Euclidean distance. If this condition is satisfied, then those pair are same person. This condition is satisfied, I mean that the distance values between two vectors is less than or equal to the 10 threshold value. Then the source and target images are same person. In other words, our source image is Angelina Jolie. Let's check it. That's Jennifer Aniston. We know that they are different persons, but let's check it. I'm going to run those lines again, and it returns false, because let's check the content of distance here. It returns 15 distance value. It's greater than the expected threshold value. In other words, they are different person. So we have mentioned how to use Cassandra white column store in facial recognition tasks. We actually stored the facial embeddings in our Cassandra database. If you enjoyed the video, please like it and do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you for your all support in advance. And finally, thank you all for watching and see you next time.